Okay? This sounds to me like Catholic doctrine. Chapter 91, Then Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Suriel and Uriel looked down from the heaven and saw the quantity of blood which was shed on the earth, and all the iniquity was done upon it, and said to one another, It is the voice of their cries. The earth deprived of her children has cried even to the gate of heaven. And now to you, O Holy One of heaven, the souls of men complain, saying, Obtain justice for us with the Most High. So here we have the souls of men saying to the angels, okay, to asking them to obtain justice for them, to present their supplication to God. Okay, this is unbelievable. Now, in the next chapter, God is giving these angels instructions on what to do about all these going on in the earth, okay? Verse 6, Again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azrael hand and foot, and cast him into darkness, in opening the desert which is in Dudial. Cast him in there. Throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. Restore the earth, which the angels have corrupted, and announce life to it, that I might revive it. All the sons of men shall not perish in the consequence of every secret by which the watchers have destroyed, and which they have taught their offspring. All the earth has been corrupted by the effects of the teaching of Azazel. To him therefore ascribe the whole crime. To Gabriel also the Lord said, Go to the biters, to the reprobates, to the children of fornication, and destroy all the children of fornication, the offspring of the watchers from among men, bringing them forth and excite them one against the other. To Michael, likewise, the Lord said, Go and announce his crime to Semyaza, and to the others who are with him, who have been associated with women, that they might be polluted with all their impurity. And when all their sons shall be slain, when they shall see the perdition of the beloved, bind them for 70 generations. Yeah, listen up here. Bind them for 70 generations underneath the earth, even unto the day of judgment and of consummation, until the judgment, the effect of which will last forever and ever, be completed. So here we have the angels destroying or binding the fallen angels and their offspring rather than the flood. Okay? And we read above where it states they will be bound to bind them for 70 generations until the day of judgment. Okay? Well, I'm sorry, folks, but 70 generations have already come and gone, and no judgment. Okay? If we go by the genealogy of Luke, alright, if you go by the genealogy of Luke, what you're going to find is that between Adam and Jesus, there are 77 generations, okay? We subtract 10, because between Adam and Noah there were 10 generations, so we just subtract 7, so we subtract 10 from the 77, and we end up with 67 generations from Noah to Jesus. So that only leaves 3 generations after Jesus for the fulfillment of this prophecy. This is a false prophecy. Okay? You know, one of the things that came to my mind, well, maybe it was talking the 70 generations from the time these fallen angels were bound to the time of Jesus' first advent, because Christ came, or one of the reasons that he came was to destroy death, that is to say, the devil. But the math doesn't add up in that case either. Alright? And if I'm missing something, feel free to comment. Okay. Speaking about another fallen angel, it states in chapter 69, And the fourth was named Penmuel. He taught the children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. All right, now get this. He instructed mankind in the writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity until this day. For men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation of their good faith with pen and ink. What? For men were created exactly like the angels, to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys everything, could not have taken hold of them. But through this knowledge of writing with pen and ink, they are perishing, and through this power it is consuming me. Alright, so, Enoch, if this is the case, why are you writing? Alright, or Enoch, or whoever you are, why are you writing? Many times, friends, in the Word of God, God commands men to write. An example, Isaiah chapter 8, verse 1, Moreover, the Lord said unto me, Take thee a great roll, and write in it with a man's pen concerning Mathshalah Hashbaz. Say that 3 times fast. Verse 2, And I took unto me faithful witness to record. Jeriah the priest in Zechariah, the son of Jebereshiah. And one more out of the New Testament, Revelations chapter 1, verse 11, saying, I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What thou seest, write in a book, and send it out to the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus and Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. Also, by the way, according to the book of Enoch, God destroyed the world in vain. Speaking in the context of the flood, the book of Enoch tells us this, and I quote, After that day, after the destruction, the head of days repented and said, in vain I have destroyed all who dwell on the earth. Okay. In another chapter, I didn't write down the chapter number here, I'm sorry. Verse 15, it states, since we're talking about Noah here, okay? This child which is born to you shall survive on the earth, and his 3 sons shall be saved with him. When all mankind who are on the earth shall die, he shall be saved. And his, talking about Noah here, posterity shall beget on the earth giants, not spiritual, but carnal. Now, Noah's 3 sons, as recorded in the book of Genesis, are Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The word posterity means offspring or future generations, okay? In Steve Quayle's book, Genesis 6, The Giants, he states regarding Noah's posterity that part of Japheth's lineage would be Gomer, who would spawn, get this, the Gomerian giants, okay? I'm sorry, but I do not buy this at all. Gomer was Japheth's firstborn. Noah and his sons and their wives were chosen by God. Why? Because they had not mixed with the fallen angels. Genesis chapter 6, verse 8, But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, which means genealogy, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The book of Enoch, friends, contradicts the Bible in a number of places, all right? All right, one more, all right? And I have not even touched on, I've only touched on a bit of what I came up with on this book. Okay, so, now, when the Lord returns, he's going to appear where? On the Mount of Olives, right? And as it is written, when he does, the Mount of Olives are going to split in two. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives. It's speaking about the second advent of Christ, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and towards the west. That means they're going to split, and there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove towards the north, and half of it towards the south. It's very clear where his feet are going to land and what's going to happen when they do. However, in the book of Enoch, it tells us that he's going to appear from the heavens in or on, get this, Mount Sinai. And let's read it. This is Enoch speaking, chapter 1. So the deception starts right out of the gate in this book. Let's read it. Chapter 1, verse 3. Upon their account I spoke and conversed with him, who will go forth from his habitation, the Holy and Mighty One, the God of the world, who will hereafter tread upon Mount Sinai, appear with his host, and be manifested in the strength of his power from heaven. All shall be afraid, and the watchers shall be terrified. Great fear and trembling shall seize them, even till the ends of the earth. The lofty mountains shall be troubled, and the exalted hills depressed, melting like a honeycomb in the flame. The earth shall be immersed, and all things which are in it perish, while the judgment shall come upon all, even upon all righteousness. But to them shall he give peace, he shall preserve the elect, and towards them exercise clemency. Then shall all belong to God, be happy and blessed, and the splendor of the Godhead shall illuminate them. Now a question came to my mind after reading this. Alright, we know Jesus' feet are going to touch the Mount of Olives, so it's certainly not him who's going to make an appearance on top of Mount Sinai. But maybe somebody else is going to. I want to go back and read verse 3 again. Now listen. Upon their account I spoke and conversed with him who will go forth from his habitation, the Holy and Mighty One, the God of the world. Okay? Who is the God of this world, small g, right? The God of this world is returning as well in the role of Antichrist. Will his feet touch down on Mount Sinai? I don't know. Time will tell. Okay, so that's it. I hope I've given you something to think about, and I know this is a lot to absorb, and your comments will be appreciated. Okay, that's all. Bye.